Well, welcome to Film 504, Episode 2, right? We're going along and just trying to, figure out how we go about this and all that. It's just really lax, though, so, just ride along with us as we are amateurs, if you will. I don't know how much more professional you can get in a podcast, but at any rate, again, I'm Will Blank, and this...
My name is Uzef.
Uzef, yes.
I hope I'm pronouncing that right.
You don't want to say your last name?
Oh, sure. It doesn't matter. Gavrilova is my last name.
Gavrilova, see?
Also hope I'm pronouncing that right.
Probably heard of him, yes.
Yeah.
At any rate, we are going to do these episodes bi-weekly. We initially were going to do weekly, what have you. Anyway, bi-weekly. So, bi-weekckly, like bi-curious, bisexual.
Bipolar.
Binoculars. When noculars.
By war bonds.
Yeah. And yes, we will not have Nate Jackson, my friend, our comedian friend here today. He couldn't do it due to scheduling. Whatever, it's fine. We'll start just not counting our chickens when, he's going to be on, inevitably. It's not like we upset him or something. It's just scheduling parts. Other guests, too. He won't be the only, but we'll as we go, right? But just real quick, hey, the quote of the day. I tell you, I never had no respect, even when I was young. I didn't get breastfed. My mother told me she only liked me as a friend. It's Rodney Dangerfield.
One of the greatest to ever do it.
Oh, yes. So, I didn't want to sort of half-ass do them. I kind of sort of maybe do them. I tell you,
Yeah, you got to get full into it. You got to go full into it.
Yeah.
My favorite of his is my wife loves to talk during sex. Just the other day, she called me collect.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the greatest jokes ever.
Yeah, he has millions.
Oh, yeah. I mean, his whole set was just jokes. There was no really storytelling to it. It was just set up, punchline.
Right.
Which to me is the hardest type of comedy to do, in my mind.
Yeah, I guess, because, my mind does want to go down like a sort of narrative in a joke, whether it's, brief, what have you.
Yeah.
But and then I read, too, because I'd, been seeing a lot of his, I do go every now and again. I've seen him before, but, he had Johnny Carson clips, etc.
Oh, yeah.
And I read later that he was on that show 70 times.
70?
Yes.
I knew it was a lot. I didn't know it was 70.
Yeah, from, I guess, in the 70s, 80s.
Yeah.
How you figure.
Yeah. Notorious pothead.
Yeah, he apparently smoked pot every day.
Every day.
He was also apparently he wasn't like his persona at all.
Oh, no, I from what I understand, he was super, quiet, sort of reserved guy.
Yeah, he was very well-read and, intelligent.
Yeah.
And everything.
Yeah.
But anyway, because he started doing it and, in, let's say, the 60s or what have you.
Yeah.
And he didn't do well. He kind of, and then he left it, and then he went and did something else, and finally he's like, no, I need some kind of act that sticks out.
Yeah, I think he was like a car salesman or something. He just started doing regular work, and then, he was older when he made it. He was a lot older,
Yeah, right. So.
And then I love all his movies too. Those '80s movies, the Back to School and all that stuff. Yeah.
Right.
Caddyshack.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Easy Money was good too. I don't know if you ever saw that.
Oh yeah, I just saw that recently. Actually, they have it on Tubi.
Yeah. Easy Money. I hadn't seen it in a while, but it's just again a lot of the one-liners. In the beginning, his mother-in-law hates him and stuff. She's telling her daughter, John started out as a construction worker. Now he owns his own construction company. He's like, yeah. Well, I started it as a baby, and now I'm a baby photographer. You were the inspiration for Twin Beds. But anyway, what other movies maybe have you seen recently or any?
I just finished watching the second season of a Japanese anime called Vinland Saga. I really liked it. I think it's kind of like a fictionalized account of real life Viking stories.
Okay.
So it kind of centers around this kid. He sees his dad killed by Vikings, and so he goes on this lifelong quest to get revenge.
Yeah.
and becomes like a ruthless killing machine. And that's the first season. And then the second season that I just watched is total 180 from the first season. The second season is him being like this stoic. He gets taken as a slave, and he takes like a vow of non-violence.
Yeah.
And the whole second season is just like his life living as a slave in whatever it is, 1200s Finland, whatever it's supposed to be. And I just was taken aback by how different it was from the first season, which was just, action, fighting, kind of typical anime stuff. And then all of a sudden the second season is just this big socio-economic, like, statement on slavery and the master-slave relationship, and much deeper themes than you would think that they would get into.
Yeah.
So I really, really liked it, Vinland Saga. And I think, I don't know if this is official or not, but do you know the movie that came out recently, The Northman?
I don't think so.
It was an indie film that came out like 2-3 years ago. The guy that did The Lighthouse did it.
Okay.
He did a bunch of movies. He did 3 movies. He did it, and I think that movie's unofficially based on Vinland Saga because there's very similar plot lines and story elements and stuff. So,
Is this a guy that did it like an Irish guy or something? Is he?
is he? He's.
I thought the
I think
Lighthouse
he's
was
like
a
Scandinavian.
British-
He's like North European or something.
Okay, yeah.
I think the guy's American actually, but I think his lineage is North European.
Oh, okay.
So like Sweden, Finland, all those places. How about you? What have you been seeing?
Oh, I've been on a binge as far as TV shows and movies that I had on my list in my phone of that it's been there for a while, but I'm getting through them.
Mm-hmm.
But The Rain People, it's a 1969 Francis Ford Coppola film.
Never even heard of that.
Yeah, it was before he, I guess, made it big. Yeah, it was good. It was like a counterculture, late
Yeah.
60s kind of film, you know,
Yeah.
with a very young James Caan
Wow.
and Robert Duvall and Shirley Knight, who I wasn't too familiar with, but I saw that I think she's still alive, I'm not sure. But she's had a long, long career. What else? Oh, and just to keep it fairly brief, 2 South Korean films. The Broker, or it's Broker, and Past Lives. Both very good. Damn good. Past
Were they really
Lives.
depressing?
No.
Okay.
No. I mean, there's, pathos and ethos and all in, but really, really good. I mean, in fact, Past Lives I enjoyed even more. Broker was good too. Broker also has the man in, I don't know his name, I'm sorry, but he was you ever seen Parasite?
Sure.
He was the father of the less wealthy people.
The
that
poor
were-
people.
Ended up,
Yeah.
So.
Not the basement people, but the.
No.
Yeah.
No. But he's in Broker. But it's
Okay.
a crime/drama, but there's some lightning parts in
Yeah.
it. And then Past Lives is just very, in the end, just philosophical and also somewhat spiritual. Because the Inyeon, I think is how you pronounce it in Korean. It's a connection you had with someone from past life. That you could even maybe that as they go into film or something, if you're just walking in public or something and you brush against somebody, you have no idea who it is. Y'all's fabric touching is, just means that y'all somehow knew each other in a past life. And then the main characters are in regards to that kind of thing. But it was good.
Cool.
So.
Yeah, my experience of South Korean films is that they're so depressing and dark and like Parasite.
Yeah.
Like, what's the takeaway from Parasite?
I love Parasite. I own it. But at the same time, it's like the first half of the film is funny.
Right. Yeah.
And then
yeah.
it just goes,
right.
takes
right.
a left turn,
Yeah.
and then, but it's such a good fucking movie.
Yeah, I liked it a lot, but I it's weird. I feel like I would have liked it a lot more when I was younger. And as I'm getting older, I don't have as much of a stomach for like very dark, sad, depressing films.
I got you.
Like it's just, I'm like,
Yeah.
That's my Tuesday night. Like I'm
Yeah.
trying to escape from that, you know? So I find myself watching like more older movies that didn't tend to get as dark with it, you know?
Yeah. You need positive energy.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, in that same respect too, it's a lot of for decades, European films
Right.
are fairly existential.
Yeah, yeah.
But I really like them. I
Yeah.
like a lot of just where the lack of better explanation, you just have a setup shot and these people are just behaving as people. You know, there's not flying cars and
Right.
shit blowing up and what have you. You're just watching people behave.
Yeah.
I love Ingmar Bergman, though. But you got to be in a complete certain mood that
Right.
Ingmar Bergman film. Well, depressing.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you ever tried those, but don't.
No, I
Stay
haven't.
away.
I know all about him, but I
Stay
haven't.
away.
Yeah.
But yeah, Bergman, yeah, I would say I love him. He's one of my favorite directors, American or non-American, so any director, period. Oh shit, we got late-breaking weird news. Thank you. A 10-year-old boy in uptown New Orleans was walking in Audubon Park around the golf course. He found some dog shit that no one picked up in the middle of the asphalt track. So he grabbed a plastic bag and picked up the poop. He wanted to bring it back to its rightful owner. But he had to analyze the shit to help try and determine what size dog it might be. It was a hefty pile of crap, so he started fast walking around the track looking for 75 to 100-pound dogs. He saw a few small dogs and bypassed them without any notice. Finally, after speed walking for 1.5 miles, he had to sit down on a bench, still holding the impressively large bag of dog shit. He hadn't seen any large dogs, so he assumed that the dog and its owner plopped it there and left the potential small crime scene. The boy's parents found him after they had finished playing 9 holes of golf. They saw the bag of crap in the boy's hand and fussed at him for carrying it around. The boy said he was looking for the dog who left it. He just wanted to return the leavings to its proper owner. The parents looked at the shit and yelled at him, telling him that that was his crap, and this wasn't the first time he went number 2 in public. The boy was punished the rest of the day and made to ride in the golf cart as the parents finished the back 9. So who knows? You know, the boy was either a pathological liar or he was too embarrassed about his own crap. Huh? What do you think?
I don't know. I think he pooped.
You think he pooped?
Yeah. I don't know why I just get like this kid's a pooper type of energy. From that.
Especially at 10 years old, I don't know what he's...
You should know better at 10.
Yeah, but why would he act like he forgot and just found the pile of shit?
I think it's just to sell the story better.
Yeah, okay. And there's no joggers or walkers that possibly saw the kid? I don't know. I mean, this is only so much...
This just happened, so
Yeah,
this is really breaking.
Yeah, but thanks. I mean, if any updates, I'll let you know. But either way...
We're gonna investigate.
Yeah.
We're gonna look into it.
We
get to the bottom of this poop.
Part of our job. But yeah, it's... and what do you call that? Like if somebody just craps in public, you don't call them an exhibitionist. Because that's like showing your, private parts to the community, right?
But they might be one. You never know. Might be part of some kink. But I know
Well,
they're...
it's a 10-year-old boy, first of all.
Oh, yeah, okay. Well, I mean...
Something like psychological, I don't know. I mean, I'm wondering, what do they label that? They don't, they wouldn't label it an exhibitionist full on,
No,
right?
I don't know. There might be some crazy psychological term for it that I don't know. But
Yeah.
we'll have
Look
to
it up.
Yeah, we'll have to investigate that as well.
Well, y'all too. Look it up on your phone.
Just Google small boy pooping.
Yes. Just after you watch this episode, please don't interrupt yourselves enjoying us by, doing this while we're talking. I appreciate that. Anyway, what were we talking about before this? The aliens. Yes, aliens. Because, you said last time that you thought you met an alien?
I did meet an alien, but it was not in physical 3D reality. It was in a shared multi-dimensional space.
What does that mean?
So I was under the influence of DMT,
Oh,
and I guess at this point everyone knows what DMT is, right? It's pretty.
I don't.
Oh, okay. Well, it's a very powerful psychedelic drug. It's one of the most powerful ones, and it gives you a very intense trip for like 15 minutes, and then it just goes away, and you don't even feel like you did anything. Contrary to how LSD or mushrooms works, where it kind of goes on for a while, and it might take a while to feel normal again.
Sure.
So,
By the way, really, we're not promoting DMT.
No,
or
no.
any of these
It's an illegal drug. I would never.
Well, I know, but I just got to clarify things. I'm not saying you were, but just for the record, come on, we're not selling that.
So basically, what happens when you take this drug is you enter a different reality, and a lot of people that take it, they always say it felt more real than reality has ever felt. There's like a super real feeling to everything. And I've done it hundreds and hundreds of times, but there was just one time where I did it where I'll just describe it visually as best as I can. Because a lot of this stuff is multidimensional, so what looked like a ball might not have really looked like a ball, but a ball is the closest thing in my head that I could relate to it to explain it. So I woke up in this white spherical room that was like very slowly rotating, and there were these vertical lines of like rainbow colors going up and down the sphere, and this entity started to sort of circle around me. Similar to how the room was rotating.
Yeah.
And I got the sense, for whatever reason, that it was a female entity. I was able to think towards her, because you can't talk when you're on these things, but you think things, and the thought kind of gets projected out loud in wherever space you are.
Sure.
I was thinking at her, like, well, what are you? What's going on right now? And she just started answering all my questions. She was like, well, we're in this shared, created, multidimensional space right now. It doesn't really exist in 3D physical reality, but it does exist on these higher realms of reality. Sure. And I was like, well, why are you here? And she was like, well, why are you here? And I was like, I don't know, because I guess I can be, like it's kind of like, why do we send astronauts into space?
Right.
And she said, well, that's why I'm here. I'm looking for experience. I'm looking for a connection similar to what you're looking for. And I was like, whoa, that's cool. And I started to feel very good, very euphoric.
Yeah.
And so we just kind of started twirling around each other like that. Like it went from her twirling around me to us both twirling together. And I don't know how else to describe it other than it felt like almost multidimensional sex.
Yeah.
But with your whole soul, not just with your body or your genitals or whatever.
Right.
And I remember saying to her, like, well, this feels really good. And she was like, well, if you concentrate on me and tune your vibration into my frequency, then we'll connect even more and it'll feel even better. And so for whatever reason, I just kind of turned my head in a weird direction. And I just remember projecting or focusing onto a spot somewhere in space, and it became high def all of a sudden. It went from standard def to high def, and that was basically the experience. We just did that for a while. We did this dance of twirling around each other.
Yeah.
And the drug slowly started to fade away. And I remember thinking to myself, man, don't forget this feeling. Don't forget how this looks and everything. And as soon as I started coming out of it, I did start to forget the details. So I wrote them down very quickly. I have a habit of journaling my trips, so that because you do tend to forget them very easily, especially if you write out your trips as you're tripping, as it's dying down.
I've never tripped. So
you've never done any of that stuff?
No.
Well, I don't recommend starting.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying, I'm not whatever, criticize it. I just never ended up.
Yeah, yeah. But the sense I got was, so, like, that was a real alien encounter.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a Close Encounters of the Third Kind type
Sure.
of thing, but it was definitely, in my mind, some external entity that was interacting with me, not here on Earth.
Yeah.
And I still do, I believe it. And I guess I don't know if I believe that aliens come to Earth and UFOs and we see them and sometimes get grainy video of them. I don't know if I believe that that's real,
Yeah.
but I for sure believe that out there somewhere there is intelligent life, way more intelligent than us, some way less intelligent probably, and we live at the same time as them.
Sure.
That's my belief.
No, I agree. I think it's incredibly arrogant of humans to actually believe we are the only sentient beings on one planet throughout all galaxies
Yeah.
or something. You know, it's no.
Yeah. Just, well, I think the big thing they say is just the laws of probability dictate that they have to exist.
Yeah. Well, and two, I mean, there's, you know, countless accounts of people in the military
Right.
who have flat out seen an unidentified flying object, and there's recording of it.
Yeah.
And none of us, or, you know, nobody in the military, what have you, or any kind of
Yeah.
human could say what the hell that was.
Right.
I mean, so, yeah, we I think have documents of it, and whether it's, yeah, I don't know, like a little small gray person, whatever.
Right.
I mean, who knows, you know. But yeah, I want to, and then there's also documentaries about, you know, I think there's like one was called The Unacknowledged, by a guy who really actually kind of worked in the government.
Is that Greer? Dr. Greer? Greer?
I don't remember if he was a doctor or not,
Okay.
and I don't know if it was Greer. I have no idea. It's been a while.
Okay.
But he talks throughout it, and other people, et cetera, that they do have proof.
Yeah.
And not just America, but other countries too. So, and then, you know, that's like I say, when people in the military come just even decades later saying,
Yeah.
I witnessed this. So in the decades from the experience to when this person's acknowledging it, they would know right away that, oh no, it was something else that the American military was doing or
Right,
whatever.
right.
You know, and again, I don't know anything about why would they be doing cross exercises amongst each
Like
other?
as a training exercise, as a test.
Yeah, perhaps, but the pilot would have to know.
Yeah. Unless that was part of the test, is for them to not know.
Shut up. Well, the conclusion is none of them knew what the fuck.
Right, right.
And, you know, I don't know if it was flying saucer or what have you. I don't have those things in my, you know, episodic memory of what it looked like or whatever. I don't even
Yeah.
think they could technically really see any details.
Yeah, well,
Some kind
if
of-
it's the same one you're talking about, I've seen it. It's like an infrared video.
Well,
and-
no, I mean, there's a lot of them. I'm saying
Yeah.
there's no,
Well,
like,
there's the
one.
two that are like verified that the government actually said, yeah, we took these videos and we don't know what this
Oh,
is.
okay.
One is called the Tic Tac video.
The TikTok or TikTok?
Tic Tac, I think.
They did
like
this
the
on
breath
TikTok?
mint thingy.
They did this on TikTok?
They probably did.
Oh, okay.
That there might be a deep tie between the two, but yeah, it looks like a flying cross almost.
Okay.
Like two Tic Tacs like that,
Oh.
and it's going in this weird direction where no Earth vehicles can
Right.
maneuver that way.
That defy the physics.
Yeah, it
the
defies
law of
physics and
that
everything we
of.
know about propulsion and all
Sure.
that stuff.
And that's also in the documentary Unacknowledged. It's like he talks
Right.
about the black budget.
Right.
There's all this money that goes to the
Oh,
Pentagon
yeah.
that like
Trillions.
doesn't account for
Yeah,
anything.
Yeah, they don't have to. Yeah.
And really, and the president and a lot of them are not in the
Oh no, for
elite
sure.
circle.
There's
Like, they're-
clearance levels that are above the president.
Yeah.
So-
So like the president and stuff don't know about these things.
Sure.
And they don't really tell.
Well, they can't. Like, imagine someone like Trump knowing that aliens are out there and depending on him to stay quiet about it.
no, he
It's
wouldn't.
not going to work out.
Well, right.
He would
But
immediately
him-
be like, I saw the aliens,
Yeah.
they're real. You know, like, he would have said it.
Yeah.
So
We had Big Macs together.
Yeah.
They were really friendly. We got along. They loved me.
Very tiny legs, I tell you, these aliens.
Yeah, they love me though. Everybody, all of them love me.
Some of the best aliens come
Yeah.
to Earth.
Yeah. But yeah, I want to, like I say, I want to meet these things. I don't want to be so. I'm done. I'm tired of humans. I'm done with people.
Yeah.
I'd like, an alien friend. I'd like a ghost friend.
Get some DMT.
Shit, no, I can't. But anyway, working on anything recently besides maybe your documentary that you're...
Well, I'm trying to get a short film going, and where am I at with that is I just finished the first draft of the script,
Okay.
and now it's time to get working on a second draft.
Short film as in 10 pages or 25?
It's at 20 right now. I'd like to get it down
Okay.
to 17, 16,
Yeah. But technically a short film can be like 30 or less
Yeah,
pages kind of thing.
if you're looking
if you
at-
want to look at the fucking terminology.
Right. If you're looking at like submitting into a film festival or something, some of them will tell you that 40 minutes and up is a full length.
Oh, is a full
and anything under that is a short.
Right.
I've made the mistake of making a couple like 30 to 50 minute movies, which is kind of like no man's land for a movie. You should either make it a real full length or a real short.
Yeah.
Not many people are into watching like a 50-minute movie,
Yeah, right. That's like a TV show.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's just,
Yeah.
one thing.
Yeah.
So
Well, you need to call it you need to create your own genre of that.
the 50-minute
Yeah,
movie.
the 50-minute films.
Yeah. But it's. I mean, I guess starting out, you're not even barely in control of how long your movies are. You're just trying to do what you're trying to do. So yeah, hopefully it'll land at around a 15-minute short, comedic short. Trying to film it here on this property, so we don't have to incur any expenses. Trying to make it on the super cheap, like micro, super, mega, micro budget.
Yeah. Well, how many people are in it?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Okay.
That's part of the issue is
'Cause obviously location's not going to cost shit.
right.
It's the people and...
Right. Well, we're hoping actors won't cost anything either.
Yeah, well, I would imagine.
But my wife is kind of like my producer, so she does the casting and stuff like that. So I'm waiting for her to tell me realistically how many people we can get in this movie before I make final decisions on characters in the script.
Yeah.
And I'll kind of have to work around what our
I got you.
resources are. Yeah.
Well, I act if I fit in anything.
Oh, yeah. I'll
So,
keep that in mind for
you know,
sure.
I can play Uzef.
Well, this film's about two girls who run like a really bad psychedelic therapy clinic. It's like the world's worst psychedelic therapy clinic, and they're out on the bayou doing it, and hilarity ensues.
Oh, yes. That's cool. Yeah. Good. You can always go somewhere with just original nuggets like that.
Oh yeah.
So,
Yeah, this is actually something I wrote when I was still living in Brooklyn, and we meant to film it there, but didn't have the time to do it before we moved.
Yeah.
So I just kind of rejiggered it to be more appropriate for here and take advantage of what we got going on here. So
Yeah.
just alligators and big
You got
oak
alligators
trees.
in your property?
Oh yeah, tons.
Where the fuck? Where?
By the water.
I didn't even see the water. It's like back somewhere.
Yeah. You can just keep driving on this road here, and you go straight through a forest, and there's swamps and gators and all that shit. Hogs, deer, yeah, snakes.
How many acres is this?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I've only abbreviated up until, like, where we're filming this is pretty much the first place that you can stop and
On the
whatever,
property,
on the
yeah,
property.
yeah.
So there's houses and stuff back there, their houses, but I don't even see past that really.
Right.
So that's where all the
That's
jungle
where the wildlife is. Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Y'all go out and just fuck with them or something.
I try
Fuck
not
with 'em in
to.
a bad way, but just like, hey, how you doing? You know?
I try not to. I mean, most of the
Yeah.
animals are super skittish, especially
Yeah.
gators. I mean, they will run when they see you coming.
Yeah.
At least they're supposed to. The ones that haven't been socialized. The problem is some people feed them, and then the gators lose their fear of humans, and that's when you have a problem. But as long as you're not feeding them, they're fucking scared of people. They will scurry away right away when they see
Well,
you.
that, and also as long as they don't have babies around them. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like, if you come walking up, you know, and then they got babies, you can all of a sudden get your ass shit.
Right. But most of the stuff I know about the ecosystem out here is from my father-in-law.
Yeah.
So take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
But he tells me that they're viciously not social. Like they eat their babies, they eat other alligators, and that's why it's rare to see a really big one out here. Is because they fucking kill each other. So
I didn't realize alligators eat their babies.
that's what I've been told. I can't confirm it, but yeah, allegedly they're like very cold, vicious, they're not mammals, so like they have no sense of like social whatever. You know?
Sure. They don't have morals.
Right.
Fucking alligators, no morals?
Yeah, unbelievable. So how about you? You working on anything right now?
I just finished this rhetorical essay, if you want to call it.
Okay.
About 9 pages. I posted on Substack.
Okay.
I have a little Substack account. When that's going to pop.
Plug.
Where I do have a couple of my shorts. I have maybe a couple of philosophical papers, some short stories. I'm not a frequent poster, so I don't have, you know, a fucking anthology going on.
Right. Is Substack like a subscription service?
Well, you can get a free account and post like writings and shit.
No, but I mean to read your stuff.
No, then people can see it, but you would have to set up as in like a subscription charge. But you can have it free if you want to.
Got it.
It's really up to you. So if you gain traction, like I have some people on like where I have their email addresses in there set up and shit. So like when I post something, it like notifies them in their email, and then I also put it on Facebook. You know, my little posts. That's about it.
So what was your essay about?
It's called Political Pandemic, and it was about the political pandemic in this country. Amongst American people, that, you know, the divisiveness, the tribalism, the unnecessary hatred people have for one another, it's based off of politics. And, you know, I just go through, it's not like a treatise that's like 70 pages, what have you, right? I just acknowledge some basic causes for this and how to not get into that or get better for individuals.
Right.
You know, what stuff that it's worked for me. Not that I ever had that problem, but it has been for some years. I've just remained fairly, like I say, stoic and mystic. You know, I separate myself from external events and don't let them bother me. Not 100% of the time. I'm still human too. I mean, I'm not saying I'm perfect, what have you. But yeah, that's the gist.
Cool.
You should read it. I'm not going to read. Y'all should read it. How about that? I'm not going to sit here and read it out to you. But that's it. Like as far as the script wise, I'm slowly working on one. It's just time and all that. And like I said, I'm not in a rush because it's like I have 10 fucking features in my pocket and at least one television show. And it's more my primary goal to get out of talking and thinking about it and get into fucking business.
Yeah.
So I've had enough. I'll be like Rodney Dangerfield and make it later.
I didn't see that one.
No, I'm not saying you did. I'm just saying I will, you know, I'm not 21 and making it. But either, I don't care about that. It's not time and age and such is relative. So it's all how I feel mentally and physically.
Yeah, well, especially in writing, there is no age cap. I mean, there's no like you need to make it by this age.
No, but I want to do it for a full-time career.
Absolutely.
And you know, I don't want to do that when I hit 68.
Right.
You know, making fucking Cocoon Part 3 or some shit. I mean,
Well, by then it might be part 5.
well, no, but I mean, there's only 2 of them, right?
Yeah,
Cocoons. So
yeah.
I'm just saying, joking. Maybe make stuff about shuffleboard tournaments or whatever.
Yeah.
No.
You can get a CGI Wilford Brimley. No? An AI Wilford Brimley.
Yeah, no, I'm not. Anyway, all right. Thank you much for whoever's out there doing a little looking at our episode 2. We will film in a couple of more weeks, every other Sunday. And hopefully, have some guests come along as time goes. So, thanks a bunch, and sayonara.